Well, welcome aboard. I'm Captain Jake, and we're back with another episode of Sea Power, Naval Combat and Missile Age. This game was developed by Triassic Games and published by MicroProse. I'd like to welcome everyone back. I wasn't sure what missions we were going to do, but there was an update. Either I missed this or this was really new update. We have playable tutorials, and since this is the videos ones where you just watch. But here's the gameplay tutorials. So I like doing the tutorials because you always learn something new. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start with officer training number 1, basic ship controls. Now, admittedly, yes, I've played it and probably don't need to do these, but somebody spent time putting these together, so I feel we should play them. So in this tutorial, we will learn basic vessel commands, how to engage targets with guns and missiles, and how to launch and recover helicopters from a surface ship. Play! I think we can do that. Ooh, that looks like an alpha. Might not be. I'm not sure.
Hostile surface contacts detected.
Okay, officer training. Let's see, pause. Welcome, Commander. In this tutorial, we will learn basic vessel controls, how to engage a target with guns and missiles, and how to launch and recover helicopters from a surface ship. You are in command of the USS Gallery FFG 26 and Oliver Hazard Perry class frigates. Hey, that's a ship that another YouTuber was on. You can advance this tutorial anytime using the back and next button on this window. You can recall this window at any time by opening the event log at the bottom right and clicking Open Free Content window. Okay. Next. Situation awareness is the key element to sea power. Now let's discuss camera and map controls. Okay. First, let's start with camera controls. Holding down left click anywhere on the screen view that is not covered with a window will allow you to pan the view around the ship. Use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. You can hide and recall entire UI by hitting, it looks like period. Try panning around the ship now. Feel free to go underwater too. Okay, there we go. Oh, I didn't realize that was a single screw. Those frigates. Did not know that. For some reason, I just assumed they were twin screws. I guess not. Okay, and zoom in, zoom out. There we go. Whoa, out. How far out can we go? Never checked. Ooh. I guess we can go away. We can go a ways. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Next. Sea Power offers different perspectives from different camera modes. We are currently in follow camera by default. This view is automatically open whenever clicking on a unit in the tactical display at left. That would be tactical display over chair. This view will follow the selected unit. There's also free camera hitting F2 and flyby camera F3. By hitting F2 and panning the camera around, while also using to move the camera in the game room. Hold shift or control to adjust the speed of the free camera. Use R and F to climb up and down. Hit F1 to return to the selected unit to follow camera. Well, I'm going to try F3. F3. Okay. F2, free camera. Okay. And F1. Okay. Next. Map controls, tactical display. Moving on to map controls. It is a very important tool is your tactical display at the bottom left. You can move the map by clicking with the left mouse and dragging, using the scroll wheel to zoom in or out. If you need to recenter the mini-map on the units you are spectating, hit C. If you wish to move the tactical display around the game window, just click and drag its title bar. You can also resize it by clicking and dragging the boundaries of the tactical window, which we've done before numerous times. So I always like the tactical window a little bit bigger. And there's our zoom in, zoom out, which we've done before. We're at 100, there's 500, there's 50, 50. Okay, perfect. So next, let's try looking at the global map commander. You can either hit the tab key or click on the maximize button on the tactical display window to view the map in full screen. If you need to exit the map, hit tab again or click the minimize button in the top right. If you want to hide the map or tactical display, hit the X button on the tactical display, hit the M key and click the map icon in the bottom right. Okay, well, we're missing some map layers, so there we go. So I never did that. Let's try tab. There we go. So they see, I've already learned something new. Did not know we had the tab key available. And that is interesting. Okay, cool. I don't want to really hide it. I know I can hide it, so I ain't gonna. Well, we hide it. X. Come over here to toggle formation manager, events logs, toggle map. There we go. Okay, we're back to the map. We'll make that bigger again. Okay, next, formation manager. Now that we've covered the tactical display and camera controls, let's discuss the formation manager at the top left. The formation manager will show all available units under your command in the mission. You can double click on the unit to have them snap to them immediately. Click and drag them to move individual units between formations or out of formations entirely. Since the USS Gallery is the only unit currently under your control, it will only be the only unit that appears here. This will come in handy later when you are controlling more than one unit. Okay, next. Ship controls, direct control. Let's return to your ship and move the vessel using direct control first. All vessels and submarines in sea power use an engine order telegraph control system. This means a ship or submarine can move at the following speeds: back full, all stop, ahead 1/3, ahead 2/3, ahead standard, ahead full, and ahead flank. Ahead standard usually means to proceed forward at the most economical and fuel efficient speed for that type. Ahead full usually means to proceed about 75%. Maximum flank is 100%. Very true. Okay, we'll just let that go. Next. Okay, ship control, direct controls. Hit the W key once to bring the gallery up to ahead 1/3. Hitting W again will order the engines to 2/3 and so on. So,
Ahead 1/3.
okay.
Maneuvering aye. Ahead 2/3. Maneuvering aye.
Okay, you can reduce speed by hitting the S key.
Ahead 1/3. I'll stop. Maneuvering aye.
Okay. However, it is generally easier to set the engine telegraph speed using the speed button in the bottom left or using the key binds. Okay, there's the speed. And we'll go ahead 1/3.
Ahead 1/3. Maneuvering aye.
I agree. Ship controls direct. When it comes to turning the ship, you can shift the rudder with the A and D keys. We'll turn the rudder about 5-degree increments. Hitting the opposite key will reset the rudder to 0 degrees midships. Try panning and view underwater to see this action. And okay, let's go. Okay, here's the A. Here's the D. Looks like we're turning this switch. Okay, too much. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Next. Ship control waypoints. Keep in mind that you can also use the tactical display mini-map to set waypoints and let your fellow officers con the ship. With the unit selected, right-click anywhere on the map to set a waypoint. The ship's officer will now control the rudder and move to the assigned waypoint at the speed that you have set for the vessel. Feel free to change the speed as needed. You can hold the shift while setting waypoints to queue up multiple waypoints, okay?
Turn to course. 1, 2, 1. Hell my.
There we go. Okay, we've done that. Haven't learned anything new there. Let's activate our radar system so that we can begin detecting contacts. You can right-click on the ship and see the sensors option, then click on both air and surface radars to turn them on. Sensors, air and search. Yes. You can also access these controls by hitting the INCOM button. Setting our sensors to INCOM using either of these menus will shut off radar missions, allowing us to stay undetected longer. Okay, so. And towed BK, towed sonar, below layer, active sonar, surface search bridge.
Surface search on. Radar eye. Air search on.
And
Radar
there
eye.
we go. We're on and spinning. Check.
MCON, secure all emitters. Radar eye.
Next. Oh. Okay.
Contact faded.
With our sensors now online, you will notice a yellow track has been added to our tactical display. All right, let's see. This is an unidentified radar contact. All identified radar contact will appear yellow and will be marked with an ID number. If the radar is detecting the contact, it will be marked with an R symbol. If you are detecting this contact due to its own radar emissions, you will also see an E. If we are detecting them visually, you will see a V. Sonar contacts are marked with an S. Okay. Surface search.
Surface search. Air search on. Radar eye.
Okay. Looks like we got that out there. Okay. Just because we were able to detect the contact based on a radar echo does not mean that we can possibly identify it as friendly, neutral, or hostile. Other detection methods must be used to classify and then identify the contact. A radar contact emitting a known radar type will be classified as hostile due to the combination of radar echo and emissions. However, the most reliable way to identify contacts is by using the visual identification. You can order any unit to VID an unknown contact, which will order them into visual range. Note that this can be dangerous against unknown contacts that turn out to be hostile. No, that is very true. The ray contact has now been identified as a quest target drone. Let's try engaging this target with our SM-1MR standard missiles. This is a medium-range surface-to-air SAM with a secondary anti-ship mode for line-of-sight engagement. Oh, did not know that. This missile is the main armament of the Perry-class frigate. Let's get familiar with how to use it against surface targets. The same principle will apply to air targets. Click on the SM-1MR icon at the bottom bar to select it, then mouse over the tactical display to select the target. Okay, here we go. Yep. Next. When you select the missile at the bottom bar, you will see a yellow ring appear in the tactical map. This is the weapon's minimum engagement range, meaning you cannot fire at targets inside the ring. The red circle indicates the weapon's maximum range, okay? while the blue and green circles are the highest and lowest radar illuminated range to the horizon at sea level. Keep in mind, depending on when you fire the missile, the weapon system may not be able to hit the target close to the missile's max range depending on the target's heading altitude and speed. Go ahead and right-click on the target drone in the tactical display to fire one missile at it. Once firing commences, let's click on the hostile target vessel via the tactical. Watch the missile impact. Okay?
Engaging track 7002. Bulldog away. Track 7002.
Okay. We're watching, and here it comes. Good click on the missile and watch the missile too.
Track 7002.
Okay. Next. Good work, Commander.
7003 is classified. Hostile.
In addition to that, some galleries equipped with a RGM-82 harpoon. This is an over-the-horizon anti-ship missile that can be used against ships and surface submarines. It is a primary anti-ship weapon used by the U.S. Navy. Okay, now the target drone has been identified. Identify the drone. Designate the drone to harpoon firing following the same procedure we used for firing the SM-1MR. Note, harpoon uses an active radar seeker. This means it can be decoyed by chaff or mistakenly target larger radar returns than your intended target, such as large civilian merchant ships. In congested waters, use the harpoon can be difficult due to this, and the standard should be used instead. Okay? Okay, most vessels. Okay. Well, where'd it go? I want to go
Turn to course.
This way.
027. Hell my.
harpoon. Get that re-identified. Yeah, let's go ahead standard.
Ahead standard. Maneuvering eye.
Okay. Okay, in the future, you may find yourself on, while we're waiting for that to get close again, under attack by such weapons. Most vessels have a few ways of defending themselves. Chaff decoys radar-guided missiles by creating a false radar return. Noisemakers decoys passive homing torpedoes by creating a false acoustic signature. Sea-Wiz, close-in weapon system, shoots down incoming enemy missiles or aircraft. ECM jams enemy missiles and causes them to miss. Note, Chaff, Sea-Wiz, and ECM will be deployed automatically. Noisemakers will require the player to manually deploy. Okay? Okay, by default, almost all player units will start in a weapons type. Weapons type means the unit will defend itself and all units within its formation automatically without player involvement, but will not actively target enemy units without being ordered by the player. Oh, let's go, what did I do? Head standard. Head full.
Ahead full.
The other weapons mode are weapons hold and weapons fire. Weapons hold will force the unit to hold fire against all incoming weapons. Weapons free will allow the unit to attack all enemy units on its own without player involvement. For units under your control, it is generally advised to keep them weapons tight mode, at least as a beginner. Okay? Okay. Let's work on
Track 7004 is classified. Hostile warship.
Can see that. There he is. But where did that one go? Well, let's do this. Let's target.
Engaging track 7003.
Let's see what it does. On the bottom bar, left click on the 76 millimeter, then right click on the target drone that has appeared. You can engage targets both.
Bulldog away. Track 7003.
Okay. Targets with both buttons at the bottom are right clicking on them on the tactical display. Once the firing starts, switch the camera to the target drone and watch. It's worth noting that gun accuracy is decreased over long distances. Okay. So let's do, what did we decide to do? This one. And
Engage track 7004. Salvo fire.
and it's got in the center. Okay. I always thought that was an odd place to put the gun. Maybe not.
Hit track 7004.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to here. And ceasefire.
Ceasefire track.
Okay, here's the harpoon. And you can see the cone as it's getting closer. See what it does. It should do its terminal. Nope, going straight in.
Hit track
Yep.
7003.
Okay. Now, we did not... I think we can still engage that.
Engaging track 7004. Salvo fire. Bulldog away.
Ah, crap.
Track 7004.
Shit. Yeah, it's dead. Yeah, I would say. Okay. Next. Ship's weapon employment. Ceasing fire. Excellent shooting. Order the gunner to cease fire by selecting the USS Gallery from the tactical display or formation manager and hit the X key to order him to cease fire. You can also order units to cease fire by right-clicking on them and hitting the ceasefire menu option. Ceasefire commands work for all weapons types, not just for guns, and the effect will affect all queued attack orders for that unit. Okay. Now that we've learned how to employ our weapon, let's see how to launch and recover helicopters from your ship's flight deck. USS Gallery carries two SH-2F submarine, anti-submarines and reconnaissance helicopters in the hangar aft. Her helicopters are a force multiplier and serve as her main anti-submarine warfare armament. They also carry a surface search radar, which is automatically data linked back to the ship. Open the flight deck by either right-clicking on the ship and selecting flight deck menu, or clicking the small airplane at the bottom right. Use the left mouse button to click and drag and move the windows once they're open. Okay. Click here. Okay, perfect. Next. Now we'll see a new window at the bottom right. Remember that we can relocate windows. Yeah, okay. From the flight deck menu, you can see that it has two SH-2F helicopters. Since the ship only has one type of aircraft, it can be selected by default. It will be selected by default. along with the default ASW loadout of 2 torpedoes and 15 sonar buoys. Assign 1 helicopter to be launched with the ASW loadout, then hit the launch button and begin the process of launching the helicopter. Note that launching aircrafts take time. Be sure to factor that into your combat. Launch. So, zoom in here. It did open. I was going to say it looked a little too wide. Didn't realize that went back too, which is kind of cool. Okay, pushing it out. You can see the torps on it. Spreading his blades and firing her, and getting them ready to start. Here we go. Initially, this aircraft only had 1 engine. Glad they added the second one. Actually, I got to fly the sim on this one for an instrument check, which is interesting because it gets flown with these trim tabs on these here. So you had hit the trim button, which was interesting considering I had never flown that simulator before. But I got through the check ride, so I was happy. Okay. Sonar buoys out that side. Then you can see rotor wash, which is perfect. Nets are down. Whoa, Jesus, he yanked that sucker off. Okay, shipboard helicopters are one of the primary methods for a surface ship or a surface action group to recon an area. Since the SHF and the Soviet KA-25, KA-20 carry airborne surface search radar. Once a helicopter has been launched, you can select it by clicking on a tactical display or clicking on it within the formation manager. Then use the sensor option to turn on its surface search radar. Once the helicopter's radar is on, we want to get up to altitude and extend the radar horizon. Use the altitude button at the left and order the helicopter up to 10,000 feet. I do that, man. For me, anyway. Okay. There we go. Go back here. There we go. Okay. Altitude. 10,000.
Roger, go to altitude 10,000.
Surface search radar on.
Surface search on. Radar eye.
Okay. Thought I was getting up to altitude here. Height.
Roger, go to altitude 10,000.
All right. Well.
Roger, turn 004.
No, not my ordered altitude is wrong. 10,000.
Roger, go to altitude 10,000.
There we go.
On station.
Okay. You still climbing? Yeah. Oh, hang on there, partner. All right. Well, let's give him some place to go so we can.
Turn 214.
Okay. The way he can climb up while he does that. Okay. Next. All aircraft, including helicopters, have limited fuel, which affects their range. Note that different loadouts have different effects on aircraft range. For example, ASW loadout for the SH-2F will carry 2 torpedoes and 15 sonar buoys at the cost of the aircraft's range. Ferry loadout will leave all weapons on the ship and equip the helicopter with 2 extra fuel tanks. This loadout is useful if you only anticipate using the helo as a search platform, not to hunt submarines. You can see the helicopter's max range on the map, visible as a blue circle once the helicopter is airborne. Okay. I'd never zoomed out far enough to see that. Cool. You may have to scroll out pretty far to see it. You can also hover your mouse over the status area at the bottom bar to see exact fuel state. Alright, status. Alright. Oh, okay. Fuel 97, flight time 1 hour, 2 waypoints. Okay. And I thought I was getting it to 10,000.
Roger, go to altitude 10. Roger, turn, 0, 6, 1. Roger, go to altitude 10, 0, 0, 0, 0.
If it gets up there. Okay. Okay, when all aircraft run out of fuel, they will report bingo fuel state and automatically return to base. Aircraft will also RTB if they are out of ammunition for their primary weapons. Aircraft which are returning to base are uncontrollable by the player until they land, rearm, and refuel. You can see their rearm status remaining by opening the flight deck control after the aircraft have landed. Note, you can force any aircraft to RTB at any time by hitting the T key or by using the right-click menu option. Yes. Okay. Well done in conducting your first aerial operations of ship. These same steps apply to any vessel with aircraft up to and including aircraft. This completes the first officer training missions. Good work, Commander. All right, well, let's do this before, what is it? Orders. Okay, let's try this.
Roger, RTB. MCON, secure all emitters. Radar eye.
That way we don't radiate our ship. Which is probably okay, but no reason. Okay. He's dropping like a stone. Oh, what's squadron? Oh, can't get close enough. Oh, there it is. HSL 31. I think they got all the helicopters flying up the stern to land, which technically, yeah, they did that, but really it should come up the lineup lines. And then once over the deck, then it straightens out. But I won't complain. Oh, you can see the sonar buoys in there. All we're going to do is wait for him to land, and we'll see if we can get the number 2 officer training in, and that will be the episode for today. two tutorials. That was very nice to have these finally in game. Yeah, you can see that they're not controllable because it's turned red. And what's he doing? Yep, he'll fly up the stern. And we'll see when he drops the gear. Ties the 53. Oh, there he goes. Gear coming down. Well, there's only a couple of helicopters actually retract the gear. I'm trying to think modern ones. I don't think we have any modern ones with that. Yes, the H3 also retracted gear. H2, H3. Trying to remember what other helicopters there were. Well, we should see a landing light here, or a green flight deck light. But we don't. Normally it'd be right up here, and that's flight deck control actually, right there by the Sea-Wiz. Okay. Well, things. I'm gonna performing air off. Oh, what did I do? He should be landing. Yeah. Doesn't appear that he's gonna want to land anytime in this century. So let's speed this up. I think it's broken. She's not. She's just following along. Getting closer. No. Oh well. All right. Let's go back to normal. Okay, we're going to exit the mission. I was hoping it would land, but it doesn't appear that it's going to. Okay. Undamaged. Yep. Oh yeah. Decisive victory. Exits. Accept. Alright. Game tutorials. Officer training. Fleet management. Okay. In this tutorial, you will learn fleet management by commanding a small NATO task force. Okay. Lay. Looks like somebody's Sea-Wiz lighting somebody up. Alright. So this is Officer Training 2, Fleet Management. It says, welcome, Commander. In this tutorial, you will learn fleet management by commanding a small NATO task force. You are in command of FGS Lugens and HNOMS Narvik, 2 surface escort vessels, and the U.S. Sealift tanker U.S. Sealift Indian Ocean. You can advance this tutorial anytime by using the back button and the next on this window. You can recall this window at any time. Okay, that is true. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, looks like West German, which is the first one. And let's see. And this one is Norway, Norwegian, as we figured. And there's our tank. Oh, good. They did it correctly. Got the sea lift, and it's got the correct stripes on the stack. So, and she loaded. Okay, cool. Next. Okay, this tutorial assumes you already became familiar with Sea Power's basic interface concepts, such as how to navigate your units, how to use the tactical display. If you're not yet familiar with these concepts, please go back and try out the first officer. Oh, looks like we got a P3 out there too. There he is. Anti-submarine long-range search. Air search radar is off. Surface search radar is off. Well, it looks like surface search is on.
Incon, secure all emitters. Radar eye.
No.
Surface search on.
Okay.
Radar eye.
Next. Get back down to here. Okay, formation manager is a key part of understanding how to control units in sea power. In this scenario, we have control of our service task group 27.5, as well as an orbiting Orion maritime patrol aircraft. Yes, saw that. We can use both formations. We are currently controlling by using formation manager at the top left. Note that formations can consist of only one unit, such as the P3 Orion, or multiple units, such as our surface ship group. You can select either formation by double-clicking on them in the formation manager. Note, right-clicking on a unit in the formation manager provides the same context menu as right-clicking on them from the 3D view or from the tactical display. Ooh, yes it does, okay. Let's switch back to the Luchans, okay. Double-clicking on the service group and formation manager by selecting a formation in the tactical display. Okay, let's try that again. By double-clicking on the surface ship group, okay, from the formation manager, or by selecting the formation in the tactical display. Remember that if you select the tanker or the other frigate by accident, you can always hit MMB within the formation and switch immediately to the formation manager. Okay. Yeah, okay. Next. The Luchan, Darva, and tank are currently steaming in formation together with Luchans as the formation leader. You can give orders to Luchan, which will then be followed by the rest of the formation. Try increasing Luchan's speed to head flank. Okay, head flank.
Maneuvering eye.
Okay, he's got anti-air, anti-sub on the side. Okay. Limited speeds and formations. You will note that even with the Luchan's top speed of 30 knots, the formation is limited to 15 knots. This is because the formation can only travel at the top speed of the slowest ship in the formation, in this case the tanker. Check. Now let's take a look at adding waypoints for the formations. As before, make sure you have the Luchan selected and then give the formation a new waypoint somewhere off to the west approximate bearing, okay?
Turn to course 277 Helm eye.
Okay. Once you give the waypoint order, all ships will turn to follow the formation leader. Note that giving a formation new waypoints always give the waypoint only to the formation leader. And let's go here. I forgot where, there it is. Yep, he's turning two. And big boy is turning. Okay. That's what the little symbol there means. Formation leader, I do believe. Okay, now if we now look at one of the other ships in formations, you can see it is constantly generating waypoints. It's placed ahead of the ship, showing its station within the formation. Okay, let's double click. Oh yeah, there we go. That's where it is in relationship to formation. Okay, You can edit ship stations within the formation by right-clicking on any unit in the formation and clicking on formation and then edit formation. Okay. Right-click, formations, edit formation. Okay. Next. Now let's use the formation editor to move the frigate Narvik out to a picket station far away from the main body of the formation. Open the formation editor as instructed before, then click and drag the red dot representing Narvik to move it out to 10 miles from the formation center in any direction you choose. Okay. And we are at 10. Okay. Okay. The number on the outside of the formation header rings are the range from the formation leader nautical miles. Note that you can use the bottom slider to increase the range shown in the formation. Once you move the ship station, it will immediately receive a new auto waypoint to go to that station. Use time compression to watch this process unfold. Okay. All right. I can close this. Go here and time compression. Okay. Got the speedboat rolling. I think we can do 100.
On station.
Okay. Okay, he's now on station. All right. Next. Leaving. Now that the Narvik has moved out to its picket position, far away, let's look at removing and adding ships from the formation. If an enemy force is detected right now, you may wish to detach your surface escorts to run at high speed to engage them, while your tanker continues to retreat in opposite direction. The best way to do this would be to select the tanker and remove it from the formation. You can do this now by right-clicking on the tanker, then going to formation and clicking on, leave formation. Okay. Leave formation. Okay, did that. And let's already, you can see that he's all on his own. Next. With the tanker removed from the formation, we can now order Lucian to Narvik ahead of flank, and the two ships will start steaming at their highest available speed of 24 knots, limited by Narvik's best speed. Okay, let's go here and ahead flank.
Ahead flank. Maneuvering eye.
And E. Okay, 24, 25. Okay. Note the tanker is now on its own single ship formation. It can be given its own waypoint and speed orders. Order it southwest at flank speed towards Great Britain now. Okay. Okay. And let's go ahead here. And speed, blank.
Ahead flank. Maneuvering eye.
Okay. He's turning. Okay, looked like he was going the wrong way there for a second. Yeah, rolling that sucker right over, down to the gunnels. Not quite. Oh, by the way, in case you don't know, this is the gunnel. Sorry. Oh, look, they got a spare propeller on board. Interesting. This should be single screw, yep. And it is moving. Okay. Next. You can use the formation to quickly add ships back to the formation if you choose. You can try this now by clicking and dragging the tanker's formation manager entry back on top of the surface group to have it join the formation. Option for this also inside the menu for ships and aircraft by right-clicking on the formation. So, yep, we did. Okay, good. Something to note about ships in formation is that you can always override their formation orders by putting the ship into direct control mode. We covered direct control in the first tutorial, but as a reminder, you can select any ship and hit the WASD keys, or right-click on the ship and hit Assume Direct Control. Ships under direct control will no longer follow the formation. Okay, next. Direct control can be useful in situations where you want to quickly unmask terrain-limited launchers to engage incoming enemy missiles or prevent ships from sailing towards land masses. Ships have a built-in collision avoidance routine. Well, hasn't worked sometimes, and will generally be able to prevent collisions, but sometimes it's more expedient to issue the orders yourself. Okay, when you're done using direct control, right-click on the ship and then click on the Assume Direct Control to uncheck it and allow the ship to return to its formation. So direct control. There we go. Okay. Right-click on this one again. Okay. Unchecked. There we go. And he comes back. Okay. When you're done using direct control to uncheck it and allow the ship to return to its way, right-click on the ship and then click on Assume Direct Control to uncheck it and allow the ship. Okay. Cool. One final note on controlling ships in formation. Waypoints issued to the formation leader will cause the entire formation to follow, but waypoints given to other units within the formation will override their formation order. Let's try this now by ordering the frigate Narvik to proceed in the opposite direction as solution by selecting it and giving it a waypoint somewhere off to the east. Use time compression to watch what happens as Naval leaves the station and moves to its new waypoint. Okay. And it says, okay. Let's see. Let's see, is it actually going to turn? Looks like it's going to that waypoint. No, it did not change. Let's try this now by ordering the Narvik to proceed in the opposite directions, which by selecting it and giving it a waypoint somewhere off to the east. Use time compression. Okay, well, we've selected it. There's Narvik. And 1347. Okay. Go. Well, I thought it was going to turn there for a second, but I don't think it's going to. Well, I'm not seeing where that's working. Okay. Well, I'm not worried about it. Next. Okay, good work, Commander. Now let's order the Narvik to return to formation by right-clicking on it and hitting formation and then return to formation. Oh, what did I'm supposed to take it out of formation first? Yeah, I can do that. Formation. Okay, join. Okay. Okay, this will order Norfolk back to the original station within formation. You can use time compression to watch it. Okay, whatever. Conclusion, well done on conducting fleet operations within the formation. You are now mastered management of your ships within formation. It is a critical skill in sea power and will come in handy in the following tutorials. Feel free to take the time to practice formation management. You can try by placing your 3 ships back in formation that allows the best protection for the tanker, assuming the enemy threats approaching from the northwest. Or maybe try station in Norfolk as radar picket 50 miles to the east. Okay, let's see. Let's try that. Formation, edit formation. Lighter. Stupid. This one. Okay. And you can't. Okay. And he's in front. If I want to move him to here. So close this and go here. He should be turning, which he is. Okay. End the mission. Or exit the mission. Okay, victory complete. Whatever. Okay. Exit. Accept. All right. Well, we've done the first 2 tutorials. It really makes it easy. Next week, we're going to come back and do some more. But I've added a couple of new what are they called? Scenarios, of course. Shore bombardment. Yeah, I'm not sure what that one is. Okay. Crisis in the Baltic. Mission 1, 2, and 3. Okay, NATO scenarios. Other scenarios. Well, there's Operation Trident. Okay. Pakistani port of Karachi. Take charge of the Karachi strike group and raid the area and sink any Pakistani ship. How do you do that? Encounter off 71. Okay. Combat recon. Oh, Army of 1,000. That's that. That's that stupid tank thing. Borderline, Battle of These we've done. Okay, and then we got this guy, which is unmarked vessel formatted or hint at foreign backing, outgunning, domestic stable, Indian Ocean hangs by a thread. Indian forces must act. Okay. That's it. And we have any custom missions? Nope. All right. Well, let's go all the way back. And like I said, we will call that an episode. Thanks for joining me. It's not everybody's cup of tea to do tutorials, but I like to do the tutorials. And now that somebody has spent the time to create them and write them up, I feel it's my obligation to do them at least once. So that's what we're starting to do. So if you have a comment, leave one. If you have subscribe, all that stuff helps the old algorithm and gets the videos out to more people. So that will be it for today's episode. So as always, I'm Captain Jake, wishing you fair winds and following seas. Until next time.